came to see me or properly introduce herself as the landlord
Well,
or the
best desire.
owner.
Obviously, you still got to pay rent because you're there.
Told me I no longer can do month to month. I got to get
Also
out. Called me
Uh,
numerous of times, 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning.
I
Like I
that's not how it went about.
all right, folks. I'll have Miss Houston and Miss Fowler.
Yes.
Miss Houston, you can unmute if you're in your car. You just make sure that you've come to a complete stop.
Okay. I'm pulling over now.
All right. Can you both raise your right hand? You swear or affirm to tell the truth and the penalty and perjury of the law?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to, of course, hear from both parties, but I'm going to start with Miss Fowler. Ma'am, do you have a written lease with Miss Houston?
I do. I submitted everything.
The caption says eviction, non-payment of rent. It goes as follows. When a landlord's introduction doesn't meet her standards, this tenant refuses to pay a dime. Maybe the landlord doesn't know who she's dealing with, but she definitely is done. So, without further ado, let's just get back into the case. Y'all, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype.
Everything to the email that
Okay.
was.
Clerk, if you can try to see, because I don't see any exhibits, but tell me, when does the lease expire?
It expired September 30th of this year.
Okay. And how much is monthly rent?
$1,500.
All right. Is there a late fee?
$100 late fee. Plus, I was also charging $100 every day she was there after the lease agreement.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
That's crazy.
It can't be included.
Yeah, I'd be
I really.
user.
That's a
But
stretch.
tell me, when's the last time she paid rent?
She paid. Let me see here.
Oh, wow. We done got her criminal history. Yeah, do y'all care to know her criminal history? Should I run it down? Okay, so apparently she's 29 years old. Her criminal history extends from 2014 all the way to 2024. So we'll start at the bottom. Oh my goodness, we might want to start at the top. Goodness gracious. Well, if we start at the bottom, yeah, let's start at the top. Well, I guess the top is going to be associated with the bottom because we got some probation stuff. Okay, we'll start at the bottom. It's just, all right, 2014. She had 4 things in 2014. First one, firearm during felony, but the charges were dropped. Second one, false imprisonment. The case was dismissed. Okay, well. The other one in 2014, theft by taking motor vehicle. She served time after vehicle theft conviction. The fourth one in 2014, aggravated assault with deadly weapon. And she had time served on violent felony charge. Then she apparently was all right. Maybe she was serving time during these times. But in 2019, then she had criminal trespass ×2, multiple trespass arrests in Clayton County. Then another one in 2019, speeding, convicted, fined in traffic court. Then in 2021, driving on a suspended registration. Another in 2021, wanted person located, picked up on an active warrant. Another in 2021, controlled substance violation. Then it goes to 2023. It was a whole, so apparently they were holding her for another agency and they detained her pending the transfer. Then in 2023 again, probation violation, arrested for violating prior court terms. And lastly, in 2024, foreign county arrest. Latest arrest on record, outcome unknown. May not be the latest arrest because this case was in 2025, actually, towards the end of 2025. Still relatively recent. It was October 2025, I believe, or at least that's when this video was uploaded. But let's get back into it. Again, y'all, if you could like the video, helps more than you know.
Yeah, she paid in August. That was the last time.
Okay, so just no rent for September.
Correct.
All right, and then if I were to give a writ of possession, it would be 1 month, 16 days.
I'm sorry?
So if I were to give a writ of possession, it would be the month of September and 16 days in October, because I would give her 7 days. Is that
Oh,
correct?
yes, correct.
All right. I don't see anything else, so let me talk to Miss Houston. Miss Houston, do you have a written lease, or did you have a written lease with Miss Fowler?
I have an email that I with my lease that was emailed to me the day I moved in.
Okay, and when does it expire? Do you know?
September the 30th.
Okay, last time you paid rent was in August?
Yes, sir.
Okay, any statement about September or anything you want to let the court know?
Yes. August the 26th, she contacted my neighbor to knock on my door. Remind you, she said that the property manager, she hired Mr. Herbert, but when she had him knock on my door and I contacted her because I never seen her or dealt with her, she said that Mr. Herbert was rushed to the hospital and that I need to make the payment through her. Um, August the 2nd, I later found out that Mr. Herbert was incarcerated instead of rushed to the hospital, and that's when she was telling me that she didn't know we were that close. When she called me when I did call her August 26th, she introduced herself as Mr. Herbert's stepdaughter or whatever. And so September 26th, the 2nd, when I found out that he was incarcerated, she had already been calling me day and night, inappropriate hours of the night about sending her to 1,500, which wasn't a problem because I never withheld rent or been late on rent the whole time I've been staying here. It was just kind of crazy of her having somebody else come to knock on my door instead of her coming properly introduce herself as the owner of the unit and my
Really?
landlord. And she was. I told her that I was going out of town for my birthday, September 6th, and when I get back in town, will she be able to come see me and we can have a conversation? She had already agreed for me to do month to month until Mr. Herbert get through wherever he's going through. But by the time September the 8th came, she texted my phone. Like I said, she had already been texting my phone day and night because she had already stated to me that he was helping her with her bills and she just had a baby and she really needed the money. So by September the 8th, she texted.
They always do this. They always bring up irrelevant information in order to, I guess, sway the perception of how they're looking at the other person. Ma'am, this is a court. We only care about the facts in relation to what we're actually here for. It needs to be relevant to what we're talking about, meaning it's really cut and dry. How much are you supposed to pay rent every month? Did you pay rent every month? It sounds like she's about to basically say that, oh, because she didn't properly introduce herself, that it's like she's making it, oh, well, she didn't introduce herself properly to me, so I'm not going to do what I know that I'm supposed to do. That has nothing to do with anything. And, given all this context that's just unnecessary, this is what they always do every time. Not talking about the facts. And I think the judge is about to go ahead and get into that.
My phone said that I no longer can do month to month. Me and my child got to get out. She was just very unprofessional and rude towards me. Like I said, I never met her. I never gave her my money before, so it was kind of crazy for me to just give my money to a stranger.
Oh my
And
gosh.
like I said, if she would have properly came over here as a landlord
So
professionally,
I got it. So hold on, I hear you just saying.
Professionally.
So why didn't you pay rent for September though?
Right. This ain't
because
customer service.
she told me that I had to get out the property and don't contact her, talk to her lawyer. Like she sent me all type of texts. I submitted it to the clerk.
I see the text messages. I'm just saying, okay, I get that. Beyond that, is there anything else?
Like I said, I never met her. So
did you sign the lease with her? Who did you say the landlord
no,
was?
I did not sign the lease with her.
Who did you sign? Who was your land? Who was the landlord on the lease?
Herbert Shaw.
Who?
Herbert Shaw, which is her stepfather. I never knew nothing of her. Is what I'm basically saying.
So okay, just sorry. I apologize. You're just talking a lot, and I just want to ask a couple of questions. Forgive me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Ms. Fowler, are you the landlord on the matter, or are you just the owner?
I'm the landlord and the owner. He was my property manager.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
So you own the property, but he's the property manager, and the lease has since expired. You didn't renew.
He is no longer my property manager.
He's no longer your property.
And I've sent her communication about that. I emailed her text her and I sent a picture in showing that I put it on her door. And she had her red receipt on, so she saw everything. I verbally spoke with her. She told me she will get me the $1,500 by September 5th. When she didn't, I kindly gave her a text message reminder, and I said, just reminder, could you please pay me? It's at your earliest convenience. I didn't get a response, so then I did send her the late notice, and then after that, I sent her the 3-day eviction.
Okay, all right. Well, Miss.
So she's trying to make all these little things like it's customer service. So I deal with Mr. Herbert. I don't deal with you. Yeah, she hired Mr. Herbert. Mr. Herbert works for her. In layman's terms, she's the boss. So, and Mr. Herbert don't own nothing that you staying in. She owns that property. And so that just doesn't hold up. You trying to act like, oh, well, I don't know, and she didn't introduce herself properly. Okay, well, you know her now.
Miss Houston, if it's just a matter that she didn't necessarily introduce herself in the way in which you would best desire, obviously you still got to pay rent because you're there, at least for the month of September, because that would have been the last month of the lease. Especially if you would have had the money. I know, and y'all couldn't reach an agreement.
Because she was rude. She already had her mind made up after I didn't send the money September the 5th, which I told her that I wasn't going to be able to send the money September the 5th, that I could see her when I get back in town.
I'm going to be 100. I'm going to be 100 with you. Nobody cared to show.
I'm about to be 100 too in a minute. I'm going to let him get his thought out. I'm about to keep it a buck in a second. So get ready.
Birthday. They cared to this rent pay. I'm going to be honest with you. And I know your birthday is important to you. But I'm going to just be honest. If you tell somebody you owe them rent on the 1st, but I'm going to get it to you when you come for your birthday, that just makes it seem like your priorities ain't together.
No, I wasn't.
I understand that may not be what you're trying to do, but that's what it sounds like to somebody who's not you.
No, that's not what I was saying. I said that she never came to see me or properly introduce herself as the landlord or the owner. I always dealt with her stepfather. I never seen her, so it was kind of crazy. Her texting the next door neighbor to knock on my door to call her, and when I did call her, a stranger telling me to send them money to this deal. I never withheld or was late on rent since I've been here. The entire year that I've been.
So when you did you get the 3-day letter indicating how much?
No, I did not.
Why didn't you get?
She already texted me on September the 8th and told me I no longer can do month to month. I got to get out. Me and my child got to get out. And she also called me numerous of times, 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning. So to me, it's like, who is this person calling me, taunting me about $1,500?
That is false.
Okay. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. Unless you're saying that this person is not the landlord and is not the owner.
I didn't know that she was the landlord, or like I said, I never met her.
And I understand. And she would
have paid before I was up.
I understand. And
I don't understand. I don't understand because let's just go ahead and address the elephant in the room. It's been long enough. And I was waiting to address this. Do you see the tattoos that this woman has? She's got a tattoo on her face. She's got a big, does that say USA on her neck? So she's got all these tattoos, which, are we not paying attention to red flags anymore? And if the red flags wasn't enough, then she's going to actually match it with her criminal record. Ain't that something? It's one thing if you just have it on the outside, but then your background also is a representation of it as well. And all the dots actually connected that, yep, she looks dangerous and it's verified that she is dangerous. So I say all this to say, you would think that she would be making things as pleasant as possible with all these self-inflicted wounds she has. Because a lot of places are not going to rent to people with such violent criminal histories. And then as well as just you also displaying it outwardly as well. Do you think it's going to, and now what it appears is about to happen is it's about to be the final thing in her trio of permanent self-inflicted wounds. And it's not going to necessarily be permanent per se, But now it's about to complete it because now she's about to get an eviction on her record. So she's going to have criminal history, check. Tats on the face and neck, check. And now eviction on your record. Was it worth it? Some people try to take up such moral stances, such righteous stances of and they shield it or they veil it behind the guise of, oh, respect or disrespect. Oh, you're going to respect me, you're going to do this. And then they'll do all these things that actually only hurt themselves. She'll be able to find another tenant just fine, probably someone better. How is it going to go for you trying to find another place? I would argue it's going to be, I want to say difficult, but at this point, impossible. And you have kids. So are we thinking short term about how we feel? Excuse me. Are we thinking short term and we prioritizing how we feel? Or are we actually thinking about what's in the best interest of our kids? Because now you're about to have no shelter and no way to be able to get shelter off your reputation alone. So this is going to directly impact and affect your child that you're responsible for and that you're supposed to make decisions in the best interest of. Just like the judge outlined it. Didn't he tell her you prioritizing your birthday over prioritizing paying your rent? And now you prioritizing this fickle respect of she didn't come at you the way that you want to be approached at. That's her property. And she took a chance on you. And this is how you repay her, because ultimately, Mr. Herbert or whoever didn't sign off and say, oh, she's got all this stuff in her background, and we'll give her a chance. She's a single mother. I'll help her out. She was the one who ultimately signed off and allowed you in that property. So you should actually be a little bit more appreciative of it.
And I do. And then, so Ms. Fowler, I know you say you sent her letters and text messages. I'm not sure how that normally goes. Obviously, the 3-day notice is the most important thing while the lease is proceeding. If the other person is, obviously your property manager is not there, if they're not familiar with you, it is not unreasonable for them to be like, hey, who are you asking me for money? You know, you need to identify yourself and how you are. You do that. Text messages, I remind people, are not the most professional means of communicating with people about changes.
I talked to her on the phone and I sent her communications. I only text her because I asked for an email and she wouldn't give it to me.
She wouldn't give you email. Okay. All right. Well, did she have your email?
Yes, because I received an email.
Yeah, I had to find it myself. I asked her for it and she wouldn't give it to me, and then I had to go searching because I no longer have my property manager.
I see.
Okay.
All right, but you guys couldn't reach an agreement.
She didn't want to reach an agreement. She just told me to get out.
I understand.
She never communicated with me after she made up her mind September 8th. She just said, "Get out. You got to get out. Vacant my property. This is my property. I'm the landlord." Like I was kind of confused. Like who is?
I didn't say it like that. I
have a text message. I submitted it.
You acting like you don't know who she is.
When I answered the disposery, you still text my phone saying, "This is not my property. I'm the landlord. You don't know your laws. Talk to my lawyer. Don't call me no more. Don't text me no more." That's how you were speaking to me.
It wouldn't surprise me. I'm not gonna lie to you, because people do tend to get a little bit indignant when they haven't gotten their rent. That doesn't make it okay, because we're still dealing with people. And I know people like to say, hey, well, I'm gonna just put you out.
That's not how it went about. I was trying to be very understanding and she did not communicate.
I think anybody with eyes can tell that ain't how it went about. That's how it went about after the fact. See, we got to contextualize things. People like to start at the end as opposed to the beginning where this actually started. I think she probably did approach her professionally. And I think this chick's like, who are you? You don't know. I'll talk to Mr. Herbert. And she don't know that this is actually the landlord. So then when she finds out that this is actually the person who is over Mr. Herbert, what a lot of times people don't like to be wrong, right? People don't like to be wrong and they like to act in consistency with how they've already been. So a lot of people aren't going to retroactively go back and just be like, oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Most people will still like die on that hill. And I would bet that that's what happened. just based off my life experience and what I've seen. Most people won't just humble themselves and be like, oh, you're in charge. Oh, whoops. My bad. Well, let me introduce myself. I'm sorry. Most people aren't going to do that. So I think that's closer to what happened. She's trying to start at the end after the woman was already frustrated of you keep acting like she got to do this and she got to introduce herself the way you want to be introduced and all this. And eventually she probably just said, well, I already started filing this stuff. So now you got to talk to my attorney because it's already happening. I don't want the rent at this point. If I take the rent, it's going to stop my court proceedings. It's already started. So now don't even talk to me.
And let me just say this, Miss Houston, the problem is, I understand there's ways of which you could have tendered rent to be able to resolve it if you had an issue about whether or not this woman was the actual owner. But once you've gotten once a demand, and I see that she submitted evidence that the demand was on the door. Once you get a demand or clearly, and you know you haven't paid rent, it's like right? And you say you talked to her and told her you would talk to her after the fact, then that becomes problematic, right? And so, because of those facts, I'm going to I'm going to give you 7 days. You'll have to the 16th. It will be a money judgment, which is the 1 month and 16 days, which is $2,400. Plus court cost. You'll have 7 days to appeal if that's what you want to do. But that'll be the order of the court. Obviously, folks, ideally you guys would resolve, but that's not what happened. So that'll be the order of the court.
Okay, and what happens if she appeals?
And she'd have to pay the money into the registry and have to do so until the hearing is heard by another judge in another venue or another jurisdiction. Jurisdiction, state court or superior court.
But she still would have to vacate in 7 days?
Not if she filed an appeal and paid the rent, paid the bond, no. But I'm going to put the order in. You guys will get a copy of it in your email, and you are both free to go this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Johnson.
It's a good chance that she might appeal. Just to be able to buy some more time because it looks like she's got to be out in a week. So it may be worth it to be able to buy a little bit more time so she can start planning and she doesn't have to be in such dire circumstances. But I don't think she would be filing to win. I think she would just be filing to buy more time. But that's also still going to inhibit her ability to be able to find another place because what she would have to do is she would have to put that bond amount. It's kind of like a little escrow thing where since you want to keep fighting this, we have to ensure that if they win, that they actually have the prorated rent that you would have owed already in escrow so that we can just give it to them because that you were already found in fault. So it's basically to prevent the stalling of things and also you allowing the debt to accumulate further. I don't think that she would have to put the judgment amount in escrow. I think it would just be anything after this because they've already gave a judgment of what she has to pay. Now, that's still going to be hard in itself to collect. It's very hard to collect a lot of times from individuals. And it could be possible that whoever that woman is, she may not have a regular job, right? W-2 job because of obvious reasons, right? But yeah, I mean, she played a stupid game and now she's about to win a stupid prize. And now she, like I said, she's got the third self-inflicted wound, the third deadly self-inflicted wound, which is the eviction on her record now. And imagine you just got an eviction on your record and you got 7 days to go. And you got this criminal history that you're definitely going to have to explain to people and they're going to have to kind of get to know you in order to like really feel comfortable just moving you in swiftly, as well as then you having all the face tattoos, the neck tattoos, the works. So, was it worth it? I asked the audience, do y'all think it was worth it to take this self-righteous stance of how you desire a landlord because you think it's customer service to come at you and approach you? Or like the judge said, regardless, ma'am, you knew you didn't pay the money. So why weren't you like trying to uncover how you could pay this money the way you're trying to uncover who this woman is, who is rightfully the landlord? Inquiring minds would love to know. But yeah, we'll leave it there for the day. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video, hype is a new feature that YouTube offers, and you just press the hype button and it shows the points. And it was designed for smaller content creators, and that's why we actually get more points when you hype, because it is for smaller channels, smaller creators. And then also Patreon's link below if you want to see self-improvement content as well. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video.